Louise, your sister called a while ago. I declined the call because we were trying to upload something. Anyway, I tried to get back to her. And there's a message for you, really. Brace yourself.
What a long letter.
Yes. Girl, imagine today is 61 years Mama passed away. That's long ago. But I still remember her as if it was recently. She gone. It was as if it was recently she gone. So thankful that the Lord kept us together with Tantan's great help. Today we are God's children, a great blessing. We want to be thankful for all we have in Jesus and want to give him our best. Have a good evening and lots of love to you and Nancy. Love you all. So, our dear KK.
Your mother-in-law.
My mother-in-law, whom I never knew, Never knew her. But I remember one evening making a promise behind Louise wasn't present. And I said, KK, I will take care of your daughter. We weren't married yet, I said, KK, I will take care of your daughter. Never mind. Don't be worried. Of course, I didn't know anything about death and what it stood for. But so it is. And when I was growing older and in secondary school, and my friends would say, my mother is dead, my father died, or both parents died, I used to go in a corner, I was maybe 12, 13 years old at the time. And I would thank God that my parents were still alive. When my mother finally died in 85, I was 36 years old, right?
Mm-hmm. But isn't that coincidental? That when you were like 13 years old, you would say, I'm so glad that my mother's alive. And that would have been exactly the time I was 11 when my mother would have died.
Oh gosh.
That's strange, eh?
Yes. With us is Faz, but we're not going to focus on Faz. But we are going to ask Faz, and then we'll get back to you, Louise. Faz, what was it like? How old was your mother how old was your mother when she died?
She was 84.
She was 84, okay. Right. And you would have been how old then?
66.
Oh, you had a long spell with your mom then? Yes. Your father still alive?
No, he passed 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
At 84.
At 84. And what was it like, having lost your parents? How do you feel? You miss them?
Yes, I miss them. I learned to accept. Everybody has to die. Yeah.
Right.
I guess with age.
But
I pray for them.
Mm-hmm.
And you move on.
But I would imagine that when you lose your parent at an older age, you kind of lost a friend as well.
You were very close.
Yeah.
Very,
Because
very
remember
close.
now, you are an adult like your parent. You have children. You can share your joys and your sorrows with your mother.
Yes.
Yes.
That's true.
So when at that age, when you lose them, you lost a friend and a mother.
Yes.
And a grandmother.
Yes.
And a grandmother, yes.
Yeah. But so sometimes for some people, it's very, very difficult to move on. But I want to think that maybe that the age that she was at, 84, you would have seen that person age before your very eyes.
That's true.
And see
I
them
was always around.
decrease,
True.
So acceptance might be much easier
Yes,
at that age than if a mother died and her daughter is in her 40s and she's in her
Or even
60s.
younger.
Yes.
True.
Yeah. Because they also have had, because if your mother in her 60s and you're in your 40s, you would have had a friendship as well, because at 40s.
You're more mature too. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I think that might be a very tough time, because my niece when her mom died, she was in her 40s, and my mother was 65. I'm my eldest sister. And, you know, it was really tough, and it's more than 15 years. And I'm not sure that she really... No, because when she talk about her, it's like her mother just died recently.
Continue.
And then you see too, she's never married. So that she and her mother were, her mother was everything to her. Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah. But losing my mother at 11, it was sad because I remember when she died, I was 11, and I thought that I am just beginning to know her.
Very true.
Yeah. Because, you know, when you're younger, like less than 10, you're more taken up with your siblings, playing, you know. But maybe at 11, and she died, I was mature enough to understand I'm now beginning to know her and form a relationship, and she's gone, you know. And my memory of her is that she was so busy. When she died, she was only 38, you know.
38 years old.
38 and had 10 children. 10 living children. Yeah.
But she was, from little stories I hear of her, she was a woman who deserved a tribute, a salute.
She did a lot.
Yeah, she did a lot,
And,
yes.
and although she had 10 children, she could always help out with other people's children. You know, even though friends come home long time and it's lunchtime and me might have 3 or 4 extra little friends in the yard and everybody getting food.
Yeah.
She always could share. She could always share what she had. But when I see how grieved older children who lose their parents, as I say, those in their 40s and their mother in their 60s, and how difficult it is to move on, and they can cry just to even think about her, I say, well, maybe I was saved from that, having lost her young. Because I would never understand what it was to lose a mother just when your relationship are friends. You're not only losing your mother, you're losing your best friend. So I would never understand truly, except from others, how painful it is when I see. Because, and even when my mother died, our siblings, we all stuck together and were there for each other. So that the bond as brothers and sisters was very, very close.
Though that is one thing true. When I met you and you know, I journeyed to Icacus, I was impressed with the togetherness of your family. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really was. You know.
Yeah. So I sometimes I say, well, maybe not having had parents bond us together. When you think of siblings who do have a good relationship, it's sad, eh? It's a very sad thing when I hear of parents, of siblings not talking to each other, and you know their children don't know each other. How sad to think of first cousins don't know each other, you know?
Yeah, that is tough. That's tough going.
Because our siblings, you know, my nieces are like my own children. When I travel and I stay with my nieces, I get treatment like if I am staying with my daughters. Yeah. And you see, even like when another thing is in our family, when you get married and a sibling has to come up to go to school or they got a job, they stay with each other. So even our nieces, a lot of them stayed here with me to go to university, go to higher education. So...
And she didn't ask my permission, eh? She didn't ask my permission.
Yeah.
She's the boss, you say.
No, but that is the wonderful thing about our family. All our brothers-in-laws, brothers-in-law, and sisters-in-law, you know, all bonded together. You know, what you do for your sister, you do for your sister-in-law, and that stability is wonderful. And as I say, sometimes I wonder if our parents were alive, if we would have had such a good relationship.
And maybe my father-in-law would not have liked me.
Of course he would like you.
I didn't have to fight him off, you see. But tell me now that you were very young, but what inherent traits you picked up from your dear mother when you would have died when you were at early age? And then I'll ask Faz the same question.
Yeah. Well, the things I remember about my mother is, as I say, I think of how hard she worked, and I think of our generation, and even our children and grandchildren, that life has been so much easier for us. You know, when at my mother, when she had 10 children, I mean, for 4 children, you were falling on your face to look after 4 children and 2 children. And you think about 10 children and preparing tea, breakfast, and dinner. Then I know Kentucky, you say, well, this evening we buying Kentucky, or we're buying pizza.
But you had neighbors who shared.
Oh, yes.
Huh? That's one comfort I guess you would have had in the country, huh?
Yeah, you know, that people share. Just like how Faz came and bring roti and
Yes, and don't knock this over. Come in.
Yes, that sharing culture, you know, I don't know that whether our 3rd generation of people will be like that. Yeah. Because first to begin, by the time we have reached our 3rd generation of children, meaning grandchildren now, they have been so busy doing their education, higher level of education, that they never learn too much to cook, and even if they can cook, it'd be much easier for them with their friends to meet at TGI Friday or go to a restaurant, whatever they want to eat, what choice of food they want. They have a choice to go wherever they want to go.
Would you like this?
No thanks. It's okay.
And everybody now will share the bill. But in our time, it was you invite your friends home and you cook and eat. You know what I mean? And everybody enjoyed themselves, and you never saw it as hard work or anything.
But you did upload close to the router now.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Where you bring your Nancy?
I bring something that I love this. I don't know how Faz guessed I love this. This is what.
She bring that for you, Alasana.
Well, if it's for Sana, sorry, but if this is for Sana, I am sorry. If this is for you, I'm sorry, my boy.
Nancy, enjoying your.
You want a piece of one?
Take a little bit.
That one, you know.
I eat that piece already, but it tastes real good.
Here you are, sir.
But Faz says she didn't make it.
Yeah,
Eh?
what do you call this again?
Barfi.
Barfi.
Barfi, I love that. Faz, thank you very much.
Delicious. You know what I come this one? It ain't too sweet.
You didn't taste the sweet rice?
Who, me?
No, not yet.
Oh,
Not
you
yet.
should. You
I'll
should.
let it chill a little bit.
Now, tell me something. In the carcass, they made this? This should be something with cow's milk or something. What is it called?
Penus.
Penus. Yeah.
Who make penus?
This one is powdered milk.
Powdered milk. This is delicious. Yeah.
But the penus kind of was like this, eh?
Flavor, yeah.
And then there's also one after kuchuri. One, it kind of grainy.
The grainy one is the Penus. Yeah.
I thought the one, so which, what you call the one that you could slice, like
Or the steam, that one.
something to do with it, how old the milk
Bitter
is.
milk, yes, yeah. Milk is the painless.
And one was kuchery, which is like
Green
crumble.
wine, that's the first few days milk.
Okay. And the
Later
pain
milk is something cheese, I think.
it used to be cut like cheese.
Yeah.
This is tasty. So fast now, in your case, excuse me, Eloise, come back to you in a while. In your case, how did your mother's death, at you being at a later age in life, how did it impact on you and what you picked up from her character along the way? Now, if it's too personal, you don't have to answer really, yeah? But if you feel you could travel along and maybe help somebody who is, because on Santa's chat, I keep hearing that this person has died and this one is sick and we don't know where it's going. Well, how does one deal with the loss? The loss of a father is hard too. Huh? Somebody to have spoken on your behalf and, try to guide you along. But a mother is such a very
Close.
Mm.
delicate
Connected.
connection.
Well, our family is, it's not a big family. Right? I have two sisters abroad, and we are just 3 of us here. So when she passed, it was in COVID,
Okay.
and the funeral had only 8 people, and we managed.
Imagine that if in time of COVID, if anyone of our family had died, we would have been in some serious trouble.
She died 6 o'clock in the morning, and by 3 o'clock she was ready to be buried.
Yeah, because that Muslim tradition.
Right.
We prayed and prayed for, that was it. We were very close and we had no problems, no kind of fighting with one another or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Short, simple, and to the point.
Simple and to the point, yes. Very nice.
We had no problems really. In fact, a lot of the family, they were vexed because we didn't tell them. We couldn't do anything about it. It
That's
was
right.
COVID.
It was COVID, yeah.
Yes.
So it made it simpler.
Easy.
Because-
She made it easy for us.
Because just 8 people, and that is the siblings.
She got up in the morning about 6 and she told my brother she wasn't feeling well. And he put her on the couch. He started to fan her and she passed away right there. Time he called me to come across from me to home, 5 minutes she was dead already.
Oh my.
What was the
that's
shock like?
Well, I walked in and I saw her holding the chair and she was like, and I knew she was gone. I called out to her, Mom, nothing, and that was it.
Wow.
I don't know, I didn't cry yet.
You don't cry yet?
No. I accepted it, I don't know. I
Yes.
guess with time, when I was younger, I used to cry a lot when people died. A lot.
Okay.
For daddy and mommy, I didn't cry to talk about.
Do you think that your religious teachings has something to do with
I
it?
believe in it a lot.
Because I've heard other
You
Muslims.
have to go and that was your time.
Yeah.
And you accepted
That
it.
is your time, you have to accept it.
Yeah. I've
Although
heard it.
death is a thing that people cannot accept.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they bow down, they please.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't like that with us.
Well, yes. Okay, that's it. Huh?
Yeah. So
It's simple for me.
Right. Well,
so
excuse
so
me.
so even up to today, which is 2 years later, you never ask young people say you never had a meltdown.
No, I get sad at times. I would remember her and I told myself she had to go that way.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Huh?
Yeah. And she didn't suffer. Apparently it was a massive heart attack.
Wonderful. Because to see them suffer is
She was
hard.
good up to the day before. She went to bed, got up in the morning not feeling well, and that was it.
Great.
You know, it's a strange thing. This heart attack business, huh? Just
She
yesterday.
never suffered with her heart, and that.
Never suffered with her heart.
But
She
She has
died.
high blood pressure. And,
But the diagnosis was a heart attack that she died from?
well, we got the doctor to do the paper because she was used to going to this doctor.
Yes,
So
yes.
with hypertension, he expected
Okay.
a heart attack.
Okay.
Oh yes, when my mother died, I was home, and I remember the day that, she passed away. The evening we came up there. I was there in the day, went down to Portsmouth to meet Louise and the children, got back to Cora. My brother-in-law walked out into the gallery area, indicating that mother had just died. And like you, Faz, I had to accept it. But you know what was precious?
She was also 84?
No, she was 78. My dad was 84.
Or father was 84.
But do you know, when I walked into the bedroom and she was lying there, it was sad to see her. She worked hard in her day, and she had 11 kids and took care of them and see them grow, maybe the last. But I held her hand, and I guess it must have been rigor mortis stepping in, and the finger twitched over mine, and it was like the final goodbye, the final touch. Wow, that was.
But
that
Lancy,
was,
she had just died.
Well, I mean,
So it couldn't be rigor mortis so soon.
well, when you meet her, you ask her. Right?
It's not easy,
Well, anyway, Faz, I want to come on to something else. Somebody asked Lasana something on the chat this morning, and he said, I will deal with that later. I don't know that Lasana is going to get around to it. The question, I think, was asked by one of the ladies. What is the difference between emphatic love and sympathetic love?
I think Sana was dealing with it well.
Well, but did he touch on that topic at all?
He was talking, I was in and out of the chat. And
Okay.
usually I was sign on in the morning and call out. And
Right.
look, Sana, he asked.
Sana, did you deal with that question
What's that?
about emphatic love and empathetic love?
And sympathetic love?
Uh-huh.
No, not as yet.
Okay. Well,
Sana,
would you like to
what
I
just...
think Judy asked that be explained.
Yes. You would like to explain it?
Sana could explain it from this video one time.
You want to come nearer, Sana? Because it might be a little hard for me to...
Well, I'm not sure if I could explain it right away.
Because I have some points, eh?
All right,
So
well,
but I will...
sit here then.
no, just go right there.
Come around,
Just
mommy.
go
Come
around.
around.
Okay.
And then I will ask a couple questions, right?
There's an interview here.
Yeah, there's a nice little interview here. Okay?
Well, sorry. I thought you asked me a question. Sorry.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I think it's right there because you asked the question, and I need to focus on you a little bit there. What would you think about empathetic love and sympathetic love?
Well, I'll start by saying first we have to understand what is really empathy. And empathy is being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes to be able to understand what they may be feeling,
Oh gosh, shake my hand, man. You're good.
right?
Yeah.
And
You must get in vocabulary in school,
Really?
You much cram, remember that?
yes,
You remember that?
yes. So when you empathize with someone, you put yourself into their shoes to feel what they're feeling.
Right.
You may not necessarily, if you are personally dealing with such a situation, you may feel different, of course, right? So people who are empathetic, they may have dealt with the same situation that the person going through differently, but nevertheless, they were able to understand what the person may be feeling at the point in time,
To feel the pain.
to feel their pain, right? But on the other hand, so empathetic love is, you're empathizing and you feel for the person, and I will say that you're more or less maybe sharing the same values that the person that you're empathizing with, so you understand, right? And you're on the same wavelength. On the other hand, sympathetic love, in my opinion, is you see, you empathize with somebody. You feel their pain. And due to that, you want to give them love, hoping that you could subside their pain. You may not necessarily be in love with the person, you know? Right? You may not necessarily be in love with them. But there's something that draws you to them
You feel
nevertheless.
sorry for them.
You feel sorry for them basically. Right? And that's a dangerous type of love.
It is.
That's a very, very dangerous type of love.
Because
Because
you can misunderstand it for the real thing.
no, not that I mean. When you sympathize with somebody and you begin to love them, you're loving them for the wrong reason. You're loving them for the wrong reason. You want to be there for them, but I will say, if let's say a boy meets a girl and he's listening to a story, he's sympathizing, you're starting off kind of on our wrong footing. Love is a very pure thing, and we're talking about this type of love in terms of like a partner here. We ain't talking about love like a humanitarian love. We're talking about a love that could blossom into like a marriage or something. You need to align yourself with somebody that you're compatible with. Right?
Well said.
Yes. So I think Oli could develop it here some more. Yes.
Well,
Just give me 1 second, eh? Oli, go ahead. I just write it just to make sure that something running on track.
very good.
Right?
Very good, yes. Fast, draw nearer, please. draw nearer so I can hear your voice. I can hear your voice.
You know, fast run, you know, but
Yeah, she drawing nearer and backpedaling.
Like here she say, go on.
No. Yeah, I need it because I want to pick up with your voice, you see? Right. Fast, remember we're paying you for this interview, you know?
fast for me for this interview. All them sweet things she bring for you. Sweet rice and sweeten you up.
You're supposed to be paying me.
Yeah.
Paying you, but you pay him instead.
You pay me. No, Louise and I, right? Let's not bring Fast into this. I never had any empathy. There wasn't a question of empathy nor sympathy.
Not at all.
There was nothing to be sympathizing with you. I wasn't saying, oh God, she loses mother and father, or trying not to mind you a little bit, to care for you and all that, right? That didn't come into it, right?
No,
And
I'm glad it
empathizing.
didn't come in.
My parents were still alive, so it wasn't even to say, well, I'm getting into your shoes now because I understand my parents,
Yes.
right? So we didn't have that. We had a mutual interest in each other, a commitment to each other. And you know, it wasn't even a commitment that you were walking around every day saying, you know, today I'm committed to Louise, tomorrow I'm committed to Louise, and I'm ticking off on the calendar, Friday passed, Saturday passed, Sunday passed. No. Every day came as it was yesterday, tomorrow will be as it is today. So there was no sympathy, no empathy. We were just having a family, growing this family. We are needed for the children as mother and father. Excuse me. So it wasn't, you know, this thing about empathy and sympathy was not there. Could I ask a
What's the
question?
word?
Same on my side.
Same on your side. You met your husband, you fell in love, and how many years married?
42.
42 years married. Wonderful. Wonderful.
And that was recently, that anniversary.
8th of August. 8th of August.
8th of August.
Yeah. That's a long time, you know, girl.
Yes, a long time.
2/3 of your life is with him.
Yeah, 11.
42 and 21 is 63.
Yes. That's nice. 42 years, good girl. Very, very nice. 8th of August. Yes, so, you know, it is really, as Lasana was saying, is the wrong reason to marry someone.
Well, that boils back to but we were talking to someone recently, and she said that people marry sometimes for the wrong reason.
Yes.
Yeah. And so You say, well, why? What you mean by married for the wrong reason? And one of the things that came to light is that sometimes you're not happy at home. You're not happy with your life,
You want to get away.
and you want to get away. But little do you know, wherever you go, if the problem is with you, you taking it with you. If the problem is you, wherever you go to live, you taking that problem with you. So we should not marry because we want to get away from home.
Okay, you're married for the wrong reason. What's the right reason?
To share your life together. I love you, I enjoy your company. I would like to take care of you and vice versa. You take care of me, and we can have a family together and bring them up to be respectable young men and young women. And even in our old age, we are there for each other. I have your back, you have my back.
Okay, tell me something.
And you live happily ever after.
That sounds like Hans Christian Andersen.
Yes, man.
But tell me, in this day and age of independence, when I remember being at the Express and there was a lot of talk about women becoming, what's the word, boy? What was it again?
Housewife.
No, not the housewife. It was a general thing where women are becoming more independent. Jobs were going to women driving trucks,
Right.
electrical work.
Recognition. Women
Right.
who recognize.
Yes, right. You think that...
Liberal.
Okay, true. Right, the liberal age for women.
Yeah.
But do you think that women have gotten away from that?
Yeah. They have become far too independent.
Far too independent?
From my opinion, I think that marriage, I believe the man is still at the head. Sometimes he's 60, sometimes we're 50-50. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, the man, not so again. But at the end of the day, for a healthy marriage, the man still is the head of the home. And I do not believe that if a wife want to go somewhere and her husband say, well, I am not going, and she say, well, if you're not going, I still going. I feel that's the beginning of problems in a marriage. Because if your husband tell you, I don't think it's best for you to go,
And he gives you the reasons, right?
and he gives you the reason,
Because he can't just tell you you're not right for you to go,
because you're not his child, true enough.
right?
Because that's what a woman will say, but wait, I didn't marry a father, I marry a husband.
Right, fair enough.
But the man might be concerned about you being very out there late in the night, 2 o'clock in the morning, you coming home, you driving on a highway, if something happened, it might be a good reason and concern he has. So, but I think young people now will still go.
Well,
You're
they don't,
not
they're
going
not,
that way,
I
like
don't know
that.
that they're even thinking about marriage now.
Now, there's people still getting married.
People
We
still-
haven't reached there yet.
You
That-
think people still get married?
Yeah, people still getting married.
Okay, okay.
There's still the Institute of Marriage.
Institute, eh?
Yes.
Is that word, girl?
Yes,
Okay.
there's still that. But the marriage is not working.
Why not the bond of marriage rather than the institute of marriage?
Well,
The bond of marriage. You want a
Well-
family, you know,
yeah. Well,
and it will
okay.
lead to that. The bond
Well,
of
I'm
marriage.
using the word institute because young people talk about it as an institute of marriage.
And that's why we say the University of Marriage.
No, but you cannot have independence. You cannot have independence in a marriage. That I marry you, but I still my boss and you still your boss. No. That is a highway for a bad marriage.
Okay.
You
okay.
cannot operate that well. A guy once told me, we got married, but it's still, we're doing our lives as free.
Marriage.
Eh?
Not like a marriage.
That's not a marriage.
Yeah.
Because long ago, I mean, I don't know, Faz, if you know about that, coming from probably different background, that if you were, before you marry or got to be friendly with a guy, you might have had friends before that you went out with. But once you decide, okay, this is the guy I'm going to marry, you stop connection with these friends. Because now I have my boyfriend. Well, as I say, if you didn't come,
To be like that.
eh? It used to be like that. But now people having boyfriends, they get married, it was a relationship, and
Your friends all over.
they're still, connected.
So are you saying that there's a bad in that?
Yes.
Or should there be more caution in it?
Well,
Because you just don't dump your friends, right? But you are cautious now, you are aware that you are married or you're getting married, and you need to be a little more on a platform of maturity about things.
yeah.
You need to
But
know
what I
how to-
mean is that you're not going to be always talking on the phone to the person.
Okay, now we're coming to
That's
something
what we're
else.
talking about.
We're coming to something else now.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That once you have become connected to this person, you can't be on the phone still talking and carrying on. You're married, you're still on the phone talking and carrying on. I mean, because as a woman, you wouldn't like to know that you marry a man and he still talking to his other girlfriends, and you know what I mean, and he walking away when you come in, he gone outside with his cell phone and he's saying you're here, and vice versa. No, that would not be good. You're going to have problems.
Okay. Now, I don't really want to get too personal with Faz, but how much independence, Faz, would you have been afforded in your marriage? If you don't want to answer that question, that's fine. I know there might be a religious or religious conduct that you'll have to follow, right? But
Which keep you in line.
which keep you in line.
Yeah, when you have your values, your religious values and conviction, that helps a lot.
Yes.
Well, I grew up in my religion and I believed in it, and we were never any kind of, going all over.
Right.
In fact, my mother used to say, you have a big yard here, stay and play right here, you're not going by anybody's house.
All right.
And you didn't grieve because of that?
No, that's how we
Okay,
grew up.
you accepted that principle.
That's how we grew up.
Right.
Right.
But you see, this is the thing now. You have so much of what you call resistance.
Yeah.
It's
You
a
see,
difference now,
Yeah,
it's
it's
very
different, it's
different.
different, yeah.
From the time children start to go to university,
They want to go, they go on.
yeah, it's different. It's different. You might be able to control a child up to while they go secondary school.
I'm from the long time school and long time days, so I never changed.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
you now are talking about, this is the final episode of the thing, right? Would you like one of those sweets again? Not the one she got. She got something else. The what?
Ladoo.
I love that.
You love all of
Like
That's what Sana do?
No, for you.
Oh, that's what okay, great. I'll be back.
50-50, Lancy.
I could bring more. I said, I don't know how much sweet and thing was it. I don't care. And then I was doing the rice. I
Yes.
said, that's
I love the
it.
rice. I love the rice.
You could eat a little bit every day, because
Yeah.
that would last a while. And you remind him to give.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what I should do is take out some and put it in a little
And
container.
then, yeah, the ice cream bowl or something.
Yeah,
small
yeah,
or something.
yeah.
And because I think she does, on the chat, she says she doesn't like too much sweet.
This one has to be 100.
Okay, 100.
Cassandra said he doesn't like sweet too much.
No, he like more savory
Me too.
and food. Oh God, that boy like a food, Lasagna. But since he's small,
Like to eat.
Lasagna, 6 o'clock in the morning, he get food,
Yes, my Urban will cook, and before they get to Port of Spain. This is what you call this?
Laddu. It's
Laddu.
It's with dal.
Ladoo.
Laddu. Thank you, Faz.
You're welcome.
Aye. This is made of what, dal? There's ginger in it.
They grind the dal and they flavor it with sugar and whatever.
First, I'm looking for one of those milks because Louise is promising me to make dal curry.
She has to grind the dal.
So I either do the old-fashioned or the
I
old
get one
bill,
at
na?
the little store. Call them and find out if they have.
Little stuff.
Yeah, those Indian
In
shops.
Tunapuna?
I don't think there's a little store in Tunapuna anymore in Kirep. On Rapsy Street.
What street?
Rapsy Street.
In the back there.
Oh, Rapsy Street, okay.
The little
It's
store.
at Puja store.
Puja store.
They should have.
I think you'll have to get that before you put me to sleep on that bill now.
You know, you could check and see if you find the phone number of the little store.
You could drive around.
Because they sell cold pots as well too, so they should have the,
Do you know Faza cold pot now is $600?
yes. I used to give away cold pot long time. You clean it up and you throw in out the cold pot.
It's so remarkable. Lance asked my niece about one. And when she brought it, she
Was
went and buy
$400.
it for him. It was $4.95.
Yeah.
I said, "You, so much you pay for this thing?"
No, $3.99.
I said,
$3.99, yes, I'm sure.
well, I thought that was a lot of money.
And it's $400, you can see. I love this. This is great. I left two for Lasana, right?
Another one, leave one.
No.
He likes he doesn't like too much sweet.
No, he likes the savory stuff, really.
You know the shopping center in Tunapuna on the main road, they might have milk too.
Yes, to the shopping center.
And that's by the police station.
In the corner, yeah. They should have as well.
But you remember the store that used to be right on the corner there by, what's the name of that street, buddy?
Cochrane.
No, Cochrane Street?
The
And just
bank
opposite
used to
the
be on
post,
one side. FCB.
there's a big old store there.
And it have everything hanging.
It's a pop-up now.
What's the name of that store? You remember it?
No, I don't. I remember the store.
They used to have everything hanging from the
There was a fire
ceiling.
there at once, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the name.
That's a very good looking woman,
Very well fooling me, you know.
eh? No. You haven't.
I went to the beach to see my aunt
In Beach.
Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Last week Friday. She's not well, she's on bed. My mom's sister.
Sorry.
And as I walked in the room, yeah, you look so much like your mom. She wasn't looking together when she was going in. She looked at me and said, yeah, I'm looking so much like my mom.
Mm-hmm.
That you really look like your mom?
Not, maybe a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit.
Well, your mom was very good looking.
She was.
Now, you see what I mean?
She
So
was.
I'm not fooling you.
She was.
Yeah.
Okay, Faz, I'm going to release you now with the final question. So we did.
What do you mean I could go home?
No. I don't mean that. From this drill, and then you
He's going
listen
to take you off the grill.
I'm going to take you off this, yes. We did empathetic love, we did sympathetic love, and I think Sana had the right angle of it, and he said, marrying somebody out of sympathy is the wrong reason. Marrying for love and for, the future family.
Have it right.
Yeah, I think you got it really correct.
He could talk,
No,
Oh my gosh, Lasana could talk. Sensible, eh? I mean talk. I mean he could really talk good.
some years ago in England, I think it was in England, I visited my sister, and there was a magazine there, and I picked it up, and there was the story called Emotional Infidelity or Emotional Adultery. Emotional, eh? And that would suggest a level of infidelity without that physical contact.
What?
So I read it to see how it works. And it says it involves a level of intimacy that's divested from the main partner to an outsider. Let me read that again. It's a level of intimacy that's divested from the main partner to an outsider. And you can get this through clandestine meetings, private phone conversations, secret secret what? Secret texts, right? Or social media contacts, right? So, you have a partner, a steady partner, you're married, okay? But then you have this interest in somebody. And you may think it is absolutely harmless. But there's a level of intimacy that borders on emotional infidelity. Now, what's your opinion about that? You understand the drift of this? Okay. If I were to be...
That is too high for we old people.
No.
When you're never in that kind of thing, how you answer?
Good. But you could see the dangers inherent. That's the
Very
point. That's what we're
dangerous.
looking for.
Very dangerous.
The dangers inherent. Okay.
What you
So I pick up the phone. Huh? What?
See, no, if you understand what- you understand?
understand where he's coming from, yes.
Of course, but I don't understand that. You've had too much to eat.
We're not accustomed with any outside things, so we can't understand.
You're not accustomed to any outside thing.
Because especially emotionally, because there's no contact here. No,
Okay.
I'm
contact.
taking that question for the no generation.
Yeah,
For the now generation, no,
I
but
feel
here
so.
it works. Here it works. You're having a problem at home. You only husband, me and the wife. Good?
Yeah.
But now I am beginning to confide in somebody. I'm confiding in somebody. I may have children, but I'm still confiding in somebody. And that person is drawing closer and closer to me. And then it becomes imperative that I start hiding now from my partner here. I start to hide,
It happens.
right? And it will happen to the best of us if we're not careful.
It happens.
The oldest married couple
That's true.
could face it. Excuse me, right?
I thought we exempted.
No, you're not exempted. Huh? Was that sorry?
I thought we elderly people exempted.
No. We might be the
It
most.
happens.
Yes, we might be the most. It's for real, right?
Yeah.
So now we have to be very careful about, okay, you know, you're confiding in somebody about a little problem you might have at home, and that person is giving you a little counsel, and you're getting a
A
little
little
more,
empathy
Getting closer.
and a little
Yes.
sympathy.
and you're getting closer, and you're getting closer, until eventually you have one foot out the door, you know.
True.
You're ready to run in the next direction, right? But the only problem
But
is,
that's some of the negativities of social media.
And you have to be
but
a
even
strong
so,
person to
no, not
fight.
social,
No,
not only
if it-
social media.
If you don't have a phone, Lance, if you don't have a cell phone, right? You might have a house line, but it might not haven't had just a house line. But when you have a personal cell phone, right? You have this phone wherever you go to secretly carry on your conversations and so on.
Okay.
You're private in your own car with your own cell phone. If you didn't have these luxuries,
Mommy, let us narrow down the thing. You have a neighbor who understands what's happening.
well, if you see you're talking too much by the fence,
Huh? Huh?
if I see you talking too much
I
by the
already
fence,
talking way over the fence.
I'll say, but wait now, what's going on? How much time are you talking about the news?
No. I'm talking about the mango tree. I'm talking about the mango tree.
How much time you going to give advice on to what to give the mangoes to bring them nice and big?
Nice and big, yeah.
Yeah.
But you get mangoes too, you know. You feel to realize you're eating mangoes too for the people. Right, guys? You coming home, eh?
True.
Good. You go to work now.
On your job.
On the job.
Somebody.
Right? You're taking a taxi. The guy picking you up every day. Good? He's a good listener. Troubled hearts need good ears.
True.
Troubled hearts love listening ears. So, in other words, girl, make your marriage work. Make your marriage work. Make your relationship work. Don't just run into a relationship. See from all angles. And when you tie that knot, as they say, partners,
For better or for worse. For rich and for poorer.
every
In sickness and in health.
Okay. Listen. Okay. Well, folks, thank you very much. We sign off at this point. Faz is taking a call. Bye-bye.